All right. Well, good evening, everybody. It's fantastic to have you all here for a daily AMA. I wanted to go ahead and just get into the elephant in the room, so to speak. I know we had a lot of chat recently in the main Discord chat channel about the came out, and there's no denying that I was disappointed in the something that I was looking forward to, and upon release was immediately frustrated with the results. Um, of course, we already have spoken to this YouTuber, and he is going to be working with us to rectify the situation. Um, I'm not surprised at all that some community members were. Or that being, we're going to continue to work with content creators and work on a more. That's always been. Also, don't ever want to slow down any of the market, and we're going to definitely learn from those mistakes. Something that's been going on in the background this entire time is we've been fine tuning some of the legal aspects of the company itself. And as we have been taking those steps have been taken with the thought in mind that we will be able to start to work out um, our own legalese, contracts, and negotiations that we'll be able to present and with these influencer partners moving terms are already laid out, so we don't have to expect delays, and we have like review processes in place before we have any releases and stuff, and so on and so forth. That's something that we will be working on. Uh, in case there is anybody new here in the crowd or anything like that, I wanted to take a moment to go over just what exactly MetaBUSDCoin is. Um, the project itself, of course, is a Binance Smart Chain token that rewards in BUSD reflections. We chose to have these BUSD rewards in order to minimize sell pressure, even in bear markets, and our performance, comparatively speaking, to other tokens and coins out there, even in this market that we're in, proves that that concept, that tokenomic system works. As well, we've seen success stories with the BUSD across the board. Token is the product one of the overall ecosystem. It will serve its purpose throughout the entire life cycle of MetaBUSD Coin as a company. Um, our main and primary goal is the VR marketplace. Again, we are not a game company. We will be onboarding games and provide experiences for anybody who's participating in our virtual reality lobby and marketplace. Some of these experiences, again, will be actual games, and a few of them will be developed and provided from the team itself. We will have, limited flash style arcade games at first, and over time have a few more robust games as well. Lobby in itself, to some, might be considered a type of game, but it is far more than that. It in itself is an experience. You will go from your private vault where you can bank internally, privately with just yourself, review all of your tokens and your coins, visually see, interact with them, review in ways that you've never interacted with before. You'll be able to go from there into an open social lobby that will allow you to transact and interact with other users of the MBC lobby, as well access a decentralized exchange to carry for MBC or vice versa, as well as swap from one to another within other tokens and coins. All again that other interacting with different right there within the lobby. Some of this is simple as just, tables and chairs, a little bit of ball court. Some of it will be um, recycles and mints NFTs. Again, you'll be able to go from this lobby onto an open marketplace where commerce is being facilitated for not products, but as well as offerings. And we'll give more and more information out on that as it becomes available. A lot of these experiences and this interaction to a few might be considered game-like or a game of sorts. But again, I stress it's far more than that. Um, the best way and the best example I can give is just reality headset and go and interact in some existing lobbies and spaces that are there now, such as big screen VR, VR chat, and I hate to even say it, but even Rec Room, and you can go and interact on Rec Room on many other platforms. You don't have to be in VR. In VR chat, you can go on PC and VR chat. You don't have to have a headset. That being said, these are it's far more than just any type of gaming experience. It's a immersive um, experience that takes you away to abilities and experiences that just wouldn't be possible without that technology pairing. Um, and again, our part of this development is will be core around the actual that allows the facilitation of the crypto experiences, as well as delivering some of the experiences ourselves. The lobby, um, the actual UI and communication platform for everybody is built by the team. Uh, items within these spaces is all built by the team. And a few small game offerings, again, will be offered from us, primarily because we don't want to even go into beta, any type of open beta, without having experiences readily available for anybody doing product testing for us. So we want to make sure that those experiences exist, people can test them, interact with it, and give us feedback on that. So that's, again, I've explained this since day one. That's, for instance, why we're making our initial game. That's why we are going to continue to make other game offerings. It's primarily for testing, just to be honest with everybody. The same way that the only reason why we're making a wallet at all, again, is for our own private testing. We want to just make sure that everything is functional and working within the ecosystem. That the easiest way for us to facilitate that is to have our own proprietary stuff to build off of and then expand on in time. Uh, I felt a passionate need to make that clear. I watched this video today, and I know I just recently kind of hit it heavy on this exact conversation on an AMA recently. As far as we aren't a game company, we are we're a metaverse company. We're a virtual reality and crypto financial services company. That's what we are. Um, Again, we'll make sure that we are reviewing and offering the information to any partners moving forward that we're working with in the YouTubes and Twitters and so on and so forth. I can't say again how much I apologize for that content that was released earlier today. We will make sure that we're working better with every partner moving forward. Alrighty. That being said, Nick wanted to be here this evening. He is currently tied up He did give me the go ahead. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to double check this name uh, real quick. But obviously, tomorrow we will be having Crypto Zeus video coming out. And I've been excited about that since the very first day that we discussed it. Uh, and then as well, it looks like we have my crypto journey for the 13th, which would be 2 days later. Um, so we have Crypto Zeus tomorrow and my crypto journey 2 days from now. We are going to be reviewing information and providing information without a doubt, making sure that everything is exactly on brand and on mission for what we're trying to do here. I don't want to let the community down. I don't want to let the team down. We will always strive to do better. Uh, that being said, I know we talked yesterday about the rewards tracker, and I hyped it up a whole lot on the AMA about our new UI update. And whenever we pushed that update, we did break some of the uh, JavaScript function that was existent and somehow deleted something on the server itself. It's actually getting fixed right now as we speak. I'm not going to make any promises on when I'll have that live again working, but it will be this evening at some point. As soon as it's working and tested, I'll do an everyone on the Discord and then the Telegram just to put an update out there for everyone. I have gotten a lot of messages about it off and on today through all social channels. I've tried to provide that information as readily as possible. That I do apologize. It's 100% my fault. I was the one who broke it. Getting it fixed now, and it will be updated shortly. Alrighty. I think I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor for any questions. Does anybody have any questions this evening? I got one from Drew. All right, Drew. I'm gonna bring you up, bud.
Hey, do I still sound like I'm in a wind tunnel?
No, you sound better now. You sound far better now.
Awesome. All right. Hey, love the new quality here. Now you guys can actually hear why I sound like a 1980s surfer. And two, regarding the VR crypto space that you mentioned, is it going to be possible to hold private meetings? Like, for example, if let's say a team wants to hold a VR meeting, but they don't want it to be public; they want it to be anonymous. Can that be hosted in the space?
Sorry. Absolutely. Absolutely. The one of the fantastic things about the fact that our lobby is going to be paired with your actual DeFi wallet. So like that in itself, your wallet ID will be your username and password. That's how we will track the accounts themselves as far as the space goes. That's how you'll verify in and out. Um, that being said, that is what is actually your identity. So it should be easily done to where you will be as anonymous as you want to be within the space, if that makes sense. And of course, you can always make any room that's available. So, say it's a conference room, you can always set that to private. So, only certain people with that invite can join. And as far as like those invite functions will work, that stuff is still to be worked on and still to come out as it's available.
Okay, that's awesome because that opens us up to a whole other market. Mason, thank you.
No problem at all. Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple questions that have come up that the team itself we haven't actually talked about widely with the community, and some of it's been around like advertising and other revenue streams that the company itself will generate. That information will become more widely available as soon as we finish doing like our economic reviews. It's something that's on our priority list. It's not at the very top. There's a couple other legal things that we're working on, but we will get there and we will release some of that information to the public, and that'll make things a little bit more clear as far as how overall other revenue will be generated and cycled back into the project itself, as well as reward holders and the development team overall. But there's a lot of business related products that will be coming out and being paired into the project once we do actually have uh, the lobby open, functional, and starting to conduct commerce. A lot of opportunity will come available to help facilitate volume over time and rewards over time.
Perfect. Thank you, buddy.
No problem at all.
Just a quick question from the chat from Limbo. He is wondering when we can get BSC scan to show the token value on the website.
When can we get BSC scan to show the token? So currently, right now, if you go to BSC scan, it just shows $0 value for our token.
I guess so. To be honest, I have not, looked at it myself.
Yeah, I apologize because I have not looked at it myself either. That's something that, as far as I'm aware, I have done everything that they've asked me to do from BSC scan. The only thing that I would wonder if it's somehow like cross-referenced with the whole like Trust Wallet GitHub thing, if that makes sense. If it's like a double verification, like maybe once the Trust Wallet's verified, they will then start to share that information across each other. I have no idea. That's just like a random guess, but I know they're all owned by the same people and they're all shady.
We'll follow up on it though, for sure.
Yeah, we will follow up on that. That's strange. I honestly didn't even think about that. I haven't gone back and looked. I'm on BSC scan obviously every day, looking at our coin in some way, shape, or form, but I never have paid attention to that. I'll make a note to go over there. That's probably something like, hey, send us $1,200 and we'll make that happen right now. That's what I'm guessing. Is there any other questions from anyone? Alrighty. Well, I meant to already have it set up before the AMA.
I was going to say, one sec. We got one question from Empire and the AMA questions thing. And they're asking, so they're kind of wondering, they're into mythology and whether or not they can expect to see some NFTs designed in that liking. For example, something like Zeus or one of the other Greek gods or something like that. And just before I let Chris talk about it, I just wanted to express that there are a couple projects already doing that, so I don't know if that'll be at like the forefront, but in the future, that is absolutely something that's possible.
Yeah, that's a perfect answer right there. That's what I would leave with. As well, something I haven't even like really elaborated on, but the idea and the hope is, of course, that here in the near future, whenever we have some of our NFT marketplace offerings, and like that's something that will happen a lot faster than a lot of the other stuff. And what I mean by that is like as soon as we have our wallet and vault available, one of the very next things that we'll expand on, because we ourselves already have NFT offerings, will be a VR NFT gallery that in itself will become the marketplace for that NFT commerce. So as soon as that's available, I'm also going to start working on like certain partnerships and trying to work out onboarding other projects and brands. And I think to touch on what he said, there's already some really cool artwork in that sector going on that I really, really like. And if there's a way that we could collaborate, I'm gonna try to make that a possibility, if that makes sense. To answer it just honestly between everybody. And as well, of course, the more NFT lines that we release, we will have to get more and more creative. So we'll continue to expand on the different types of NFTs and offerings that we have.
Sweet. And then we have another question that just came in from Sean Power. They're asking how the unlocking of the KIPS wallet will affect BUSD rewards for individual holders. And that's a great question. If you want, I can touch on this, Chris, or if you want, you can take it. I'll leave it up to you.
Well, the short answer is without the community's consent, not at all. That's the easiest way I could answer that. But the unlocking of the KIPS locker, what it does, uh, right now it's currently held in a wallet, locked, and that wallet is excluded from those rewards. So whenever we pull tokens out of that wallet, they would become technically uh, not excluded from the rewards anymore. But the only way that we're going to be pulling those tokens out is if we're doing something with them. And if we're going to do something with them, the community will be well aware of what we're doing. And in most scenarios of the plans that we have, those tokens remain excluded from rewards, just to be clear. And then examples of what we will be doing with those tokens include a wide variety of things, some of it being as simple as just burning some of it going as far as increased liquidity for the liquidity pool, adding staking, and we've reviewed this many times. And Luca, if there's anything you'd like to add, please do.
Yeah, and so like that's a great answer. Essentially, the primary purpose of those tokens are to go to things that actually will not change the circulating supply, and that'll be things like, for example, doing burns and things like that. I imagine that'll be a pretty hefty portion. On top of that, a big part of it too is for like increased liquidity or potential bridging. And once that becomes a part of the LP pairs and goes to things like that, that'll just become a part of non-circulating supply again. So essentially, it won't be changing at all without community consent. And the only time that it might actually change is if for some reason the tokens are left in circulating supply. And so, for example, maybe if we want to onboard a developer for a different type of software that we aren't familiar with, we can ask the community if they're okay with that, and we might be able to offer them some tokens from that vested pool as an incentive for them to come on and work with us, combined with other forms of incentive. But that's really one of the only cases where I could imagine the tokens would stay a part of circulating supply. But now, most of the time they would be, essentially burned, or they would be put to liquidity, and so it wouldn't affect your rewards at all.
The only other thing that I could think of as far as returning to circulating supply would be if we are actually doing an exchange listing, and that's again something that like the community would be A, well aware of, and B, happy to do. If that makes sense to everybody. There could possibly be a scenario where we are pairing tokens from that KIPS locker with added liquidity and providing it to an exchange, therefore listing on said exchange. And that's just an example. I'm not saying that that is happening, or even that that's how that will happen. That's just a possibility, another possibility of how those tokens could go back into circulating supply. And if they did, the obvious result of that would be a slight shortening of rewards. Essentially, where it looks like right now there's 4% rewards per tax. If you're looking at most of our competitors within the market, if you look at their supply and their reward structure, if we matched their exact supply, our reward structure would be closer to like 8 or 9%. So it's a clever and convenient way of delivering the locked value and also delivering the rewards to all the holders at the rate that we currently do. And as soon as we get our volume up, everybody would reap those rewards quite quickly. Is there any other questions that we have from anybody? MetaGavin. I think you can speak now. I think quite possibly you have to unmute yourself though.
Yeah, it sends him like an invite to speak, so he'll have to accept it, I believe, and then give it a go. I just sent him another one just to be safe.
Okay.
Gavin, feel free to type it out too if it doesn't work on connecting.
I could also have like definitely set the rules up wrong by no, actually, because Drew is he doesn't have any like special permissions in Discord. So
Well, I'm special in other ways, but no permissions here right now.
yeah, so you'd be the same as like Gavin, so he just has to figure it out. It's okay, Gavin. We got you,
Yeah,
bud.
he's typing in the chat right now.
Okay. Anywho, well, so we have some other sneak surprise marketing stuff still planned out for like the very near future. We just are slowly taking our approach, trying to judge the market appropriately. We don't want to necessarily toss money into a black hole if the market's going to do certain things. If you actually pay attention to our chart and our price action and like our buys and sells and stuff, you would see that we're actually doing fantastic. If BNB would just stop slipping, we wouldn't have so much red on the chart. Um, we're literally creating red candles with the falling price of BNB. That being said, we still have the same tools in our arsenal that we've talked about many times before, and we will be deploying them just as soon as we know that our marketing attempts are going appropriately, and so on.
Chris, this is just a general crypto question, but how does BNB slipping affect the prices and creates those red candles, if you don't mind me asking? And I'm assuming that's just not, exclusive to, MBSC. I'm assuming that's across the board, right?
Yeah, no, actually, this is a fantastic question. It's really funny. So I've got like a semi-funny anecdote. There's currently a project that I talked about privately with other people, and I'm not shilling this project at all. But there's this project out there called 6 Day Honeypot, and the idea behind it was that Monday through Saturday, nobody can sell, but everybody can sell on Sunday, but you can only sell up to 20% of your holdings. So they try to like manipulate the contract and the sell conditions essentially to create nothing but green Monday, Saturday, and then have uh, some red on Sundays, and then recoup afterwards. Sorry, my point to this is even projects like that in situations like this, when you've had BNB or any token that you're paired with, and this is the heart of your question here, your token is paired through liquidity into a into another token, into another coin. In our case, it's BNB. Same thing with this other project I'm telling you about. It's BNB. Well, when BNB's price falls down, the value of your liquidity falls down, bringing your price down as well. So your market cap starts to slip. It shows up as a red candle. It literally shows up as red on the charts. And that happens to be the situation with like that other project, and it caused like mass hysteria the very first time anybody within their community saw it. I don't even think that dev team had ever even thought about it. Like, oh well, because the whole point of that project was you'll never see red Monday through Saturday, and they started seeing red all the time, and that's simply because the market is doing what it does sometimes. It starts to retract, and that is the situation a lot with us. We have actually been very, very steady as far as our buy sell action. And we have a extremely strong diamond hand floor right now. It's extremely impressive. You've seen a little bit of red action on the chart, and a lot of that really is from just the the fact that BNB itself has slipped so drastically within just the past couple of days. There was even one day, one AMA, where we were talking and somebody asked me live how much was like in the buyback wallet. And like at the time, there was like $22,000 in it. And I said that live. And then within 30 minutes later, by the time the AMA had ended, it was down to like 19,800 because BNB had slipped so much just during that conversation alone. I personally do think there is a going to be a reversal very soon in the overall market. Overall, we'll still be in bearish territory for a while, but I think there's currently about to be a quick retraction or retracement back up. That being said, I'm not a fortune teller. This is not financial advice. Blah blah blah. Is there any other questions from anybody? Awesome. Well, guys, I really appreciate you giving me your time. Again, tomorrow we're looking forward to that Crypto Zeus video. Um, After Zeus, we have the My Crypto Journey. I personally have no experience with the My Crypto Journey person whatsoever, but the chat swore up and down that he was the great guy and he's who we should go with. I trust the chat. You guys say that's who you'd like to see. That's who we're going to go after. So we did go ahead and secure him. So we got Crypto Zeus and My Crypto Journey, and we're working on the next couple of other videos. Those will be coming out soon. In the meantime, while these videos are coming out, we're going to start doing a lot more interactive giveaways. I meant to start a giveaway contest this evening before the AMA. I got extremely distracted in my personal life. I apologize. I will start looking into that as soon as this is over, and we're gonna do a couple Discord giveaways, and then we're gonna do a couple Twitter giveaways, and just trying to get everybody hyped back up again and involved again. We want to make sure that we're still going out there and voting and still going out there and promoting the project overall. Again, I say this every AMA. It doesn't seem like the votes count, but the votes really do count, guys, and it makes a difference. The longer you can stay trending on all of those voting sites, the more people see the project over time. Some of those sites aren't visited every single day. Some people only do their investments whenever the market gets this bear. Some people only go and check it out once a month. That being said, I want to make sure that we're always there and we're always in the face of any new holder. Alrighty, guys. Thank you all very much. I appreciate your time and hope to hope to have a better day tomorrow. I can't lie. I was disappointed with that video. I'm happy with everything else. The project's going great, but that video really did disappoint me. And I apologize to anybody else in the crowd that it disappointed. We will do better. Thank you all.